It doesn't matter what area of life you have chosen as activity, whatever is the area of life, how well and how consciously can you employ the instruments of your body and your mind is how effective you're going to be in this world. If you want to use your body and your mind effectively, if you're in perfect harmony within yourself, could you use it effectively? Or if you're in disharmony, could you use it effectively? Harmony, isn't it? All life knows this, but never puts to use, isn't it? Everybody has enough intelligence to know this, isn't it so? But does not make it a reality. All their attention is the outside. They think by fixing the outside, everything is going to be okay. In the last 100 years, using technology and science, have we not fixed the outside sufficiently? Have we not? We fixed it too much. We fixed it to a point, if you fix it any more, extinction is the only option. To that extent we fixed it, isn't it? Still, aren't we living any more joyously than what people lived 100 years ago? Or any more in harmony than what we lived 100 years ago on this planet? Are we? No, isn't it? Fixing the outside will only bring comfort and convenience to our life, which we want, we have worked towards it to some extent. But if you want to enjoy this comfort and conveniences, if you want to enjoy all the fruits that science and technology has heaped upon you, who is there to enjoy it? Unless this person is in harmony, there is nobody in the world to enjoy all this nonsense, isn't it? And this nonsense has not come easy. All these comforts and conveniences have not come easy, they have come at an enormous cost to every other creature on this planet, isn't it? From an insect to a worm, to a bird, to an animal, to a tree, to everything including the human beings, have we not paid a huge price to have all these comforts and conveniences? Yes? And continuing to pay? And at least if you're ecstatic, it's all right to make a bonfire of this planet. You're not even happy. What's the point? Just see, in the last 24 hours, how many moments were you really joyful? How many moments? You can count on your fingers, most of you. I'll leave the little ones out, okay? You can count on your fingers. Some of you have nothing to count. When you were 5 years of age, how many moments of joy did you have in 24 hours? All the time, isn't it? Somebody had to make you unhappy, isn't it so? Your parents, your teachers, somebody had to make you unhappy. But today, somebody has to make you happy. You just reverse the whole equation of life. When you're 5 years of age, if you were this happy, by the time you were 30, you should have been ecstatic if life had happened in its right progression, isn't it so? Because after all, everything that you're doing is in pursuit of happiness, isn't it so? Yes? Every single human activity on the planet, is it in pursuit of happiness or pursuit of misery? Pursuit of happiness. But what is it that they're earning? Misery. Little things that they're doing. After all, what is it that you're doing? Eating, sleeping, reproducing, dying one day. This is all you're actually doing. You may believe you're doing many things. This is all that's happening, isn't it so? Simple process of life, earning a living for yourself, equipping yourself to earn a living, making a family so that you live a little comfortably and dying one day. For this, just see the level of turmoil and torture that people are creating for themselves, simply because even the fundamental factors within themselves, their own body and their own mind is not in harmony, it's in complete disarray. And you're hoping that somehow you will live well. Such things don't happen. Such things don't happen in the world. Unless you do the right thing, it just doesn't work. With the outside world, do you realize unless you do the right thing, it doesn't work? The same is true with the interiority. Unless you do the right thing, it doesn't work. It is just that you have assumed too many things about life, not looking. Assumptions and assumptions and assumptions. All your morals, ethics, values are simply assumptions about life. Simply because you're not allowing the core of humanity to function. If your humanity functioned, do I have to tell you, be kind, be loving, be this, be that? Would it be necessary? Have you noticed on a certain day when you're happy, you are such a wonderful person? Yes? When you're unhappy, you're such a nasty person? Isn't it so? Somebody is nasty simply because there is disharmony within himself. He's just spreading it out. When somebody is in harmony, do you see whatever kind of person, he's a wonderful person at that time? Yes or no? Because there is disharmony within you. Because that's the only thing you have, that is what you infect the world with. Both joy and misery are infectious, aren't they? Yes or no? So, what do you want to infect the world with? Joy? If you want to infect the world with joy, it must happen within you, isn't it? Yes, I want to be joyful, I know that, but you know, did you meet my boss? Have you seen my mother-in-law? You know, I've seen all of them. They're all there in everybody's life in different proportions. But they're all there in everybody's life, isn't it so? Now, whoever you are, however big you are, however capable you are, even if you're superhuman, nobody has absolute or 100% control over the external situations in which they live. Is it so? Nobody. Is it so? Even if you're just two people in the family, do you have absolute control over the situation? Not at all, isn't it? So, if your harmony is enslaved to external situation, if your joyfulness and peacefulness is enslaved to external situation, you being peaceful and happy is going to be one big accident, isn't it? So you're all dead serious, look at her, just jumping with joy. You were all like this, now slowly you become like this. Now somebody has to push you to make you happy. Maybe, I don't know, maybe nobody's old enough for this, but suppose you bought yourself a car in 1940s. Along with that, you had to get yourself two servants because morning push start. Yes? You need two people to push your start to activity. In 1950s, if you bought a car, one servant would do because crank start. Now all your cars are self-start. Is it not time you put your happiness on self-start? See, she's got it on self-start. No matter what nonsense yoga you're talking, she's happy. She's got it on self-start. You're still on push-start. Is it not time that you upgrade your technologies?